So what really defines a true artist? Today, we're going to dive into the career of Scarlett Johansson, but we're looking at it through the eyes of a close colleague, someone who watched her grow from a teenage prodigy into an absolute industry titan.
And right off the bat, this quote just grabs you, right? This sets up such a fascinating dynamic. It's not just about professional respect. This is a deeply personal story. It's about looking up to someone who, on paper, is actually younger. This one sentence tells you we're in for a totally different kind of profile.
So where did this unique, older sister relationship even begin? Well, according to our source, it all started on a film set way up in Vancouver.
Okay, think about this for a second. They meet back in 2002. She's only 17 years old, but she's already being described as having this incredible wisdom and grit. And get this, the moment she wraps that film, she immediately jumps into Lost in Translation, the very role that would totally change the game for her. It just goes to show you that signature drive she has, it was there from day one.
So from that really powerful first impression, she went on to build a career that our source says is just entirely her own. And this is the result of all that early promise, right here. Our source makes this huge claim that she's become one of the most versatile, influential, and bankable actors of her generation. We're not just talking about being a star. We're talking about being a cornerstone of modern Hollywood. So how in the world did she pull that off?
Well, the key, our source argues, is her absolute refusal to be categorized. She just wouldn't be put in a box.
And you can really see that refusal in action. In an industry that just loves to label people, right? You're either the indie darling or you're the blockbuster hero. But Scarlett, she built a career by mastering both. She moves so seamlessly between these two worlds, never letting anyone else tell her what kind of artist she's supposed to be. So our source boils down the impact of her choices to these three powerful words. She's a pioneer because she was forging this path when almost nobody else was doing it successfully. She's a rebel for refusing to be boxed in by genre or budget. And she's a force because her success basically proved this is how you build a lasting career, on your own terms.
But all of this, the versatility, the influence, the entire legacy, it's all fueled by one single defining quality.
Our source asks this exact question. What's the secret ingredient behind it all? What's the one thing that connects every role and every single career choice she's ever made?
Well, first, it starts with emotional courage. That willingness to just lay a character's soul bare for everyone to see, whether it's in a super quiet, dramatic scene or right in the middle of a massive superhero movie.
And then you've got her professional courage. She takes on unconventional roles, she jumps between genres, she's constantly defying what people expect of her. It's like every choice is a big gamble, and she just fully embraces it.
And finally, there's a personal courage there. In an industry that so often demands that you conform, her career is just this shining example of the power of being authentic, of being true to your own artistic vision.
So here's the crucial point. You take all those threads, the vulnerability, the risk-taking, the authenticity, and they all weave together into this one core idea: fearlessness. Our source argues that Scarlett Johansson isn't just an actress. She is a living, breathing testament to what it means to create art without being afraid. And this brings us right back around, full circle, connecting that defining artistic trait to that older sister dynamic we talked about at the very beginning.
I mean, this quote just says it all. It shows you the real-world impact of her fearlessness. It's not just something we see on screen. It truly inspires the people around her. So much so that her older colleague looks to her, the younger one, for guidance and for strength.
And the source wraps it all up with this powerful thought, this statement of absolute faith that comes from years of just watching her defy every limit. The ultimate takeaway is that for a truly fearless artist, the possibilities are just infinite.
And so that leaves us with a pretty compelling question that kind of turns the whole story back on us, doesn't it? It asks us to look at her example of fearless artistry and think about our own lives. What boundaries would just fall away? What could you create or build or become if you too were unafraid?